Good morning, everyone, and happy Father's Day. I'm Reverend Catherine Bonin, and it's my pleasure to welcome all of you to CSL Charlotte this morning. Whether you're with us for the first time or you're streaming a replay on Zoom or Facebook or YouTube, you're welcome here. And if you're a longtime participant in this community, we're glad you're here as well. We're delighted that you've chosen to join us today, and we are so grateful that modern technology lets us touch so many lives across this great country of ours. To find out more about CSL Charlotte and about all the great things that are happening here, check out our website, cslcharlotte.org. You can sign up and subscribe there and then find out about all the things that are happening. You'll get regular notices from us, but not too many. You can also put in a prayer request there and let us support you with whatever is happening in your life, whether there's something fantastic that you want to celebrate and have more of, or perhaps you're going through some kind of a challenge and you'd like support to be able to move through it. You'd like help to see God in it. We're here for you. And we'd love to hold you in prayer. So don't be shy. Fill out a prayer request form. And if you hear something that you want to hear again, or you happen to miss a Sunday, or if you just want a shot of inspiration on a Wednesday, these services are all recorded and they're added to our website every week, so you can go back and listen. So now let me tell you a little bit more about us. The Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte is a new thought community. We're living an ancient wisdom philosophy that's based on the science of mind. And the science of mind was developed in the early 20th century by writer, lecturer, and philosopher Ernest Holmes. We call him the great synthesizer. He was a man on a mission. He studied the truths from all of the world's great religious traditions and spiritual paths, and he found those commonalities. We call him that great synthesizer because he developed a new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into the world using ancient wisdom. At CSL Charlotte, we honor every philosophy along with every race, every sexual orientation, and every physical distinction. We are a diverse, open, and affirmative community. We know that there are many paths to the divine. You can call it God, you can call it peace, love, spirit, nature, infinite mind, the Ba'ula, the I am. You can call it whatever you want. It doesn't matter what you call it. What matters is that you develop that personal relationship with it, with that spark that lives within you. And you don't have to leave your current philosophy or nature of knowledge, anything that you already practice. You can join us anytime, any day, in any moment. And you can see your life changing by practicing the principles that we teach. We are an inclusive philosophy. We recognize, honor, and refer to many of the sacred scriptures, just naming the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, the Upanishads, and the Bhagavad Gita are just a few of them. So our vision statement is to create a spiritual community that prepares a succession of future leaders who can integrate, teach, and expose the science of mind principles, messages, and practices. These principles and practices that strengthen the mind, the body, and the spirit of individuals. And one of our aims is to create a high collective consciousness for everyone in this community. We know that as we do that, we raise the consciousness of the world. And we teach the tools to do just that. So join us here on Sunday mornings or on Tuesday or on Tuesday at our consciousness meetings. On Tuesday, we meet at 6 o'clock Eastern. You can also join any one of our ongoing classes. So I want to once again give you a warm welcome and invite you to sit back and enjoy the service as we celebrate this powerful presence in our lives, that presence that lives in every one of us. And now it's my great pleasure to pass the microphone over to our illustrious spiritual leader and my dear friend, Reverend Rosedale Jones.
Whoa, so thank you so much, Reverend Catherine, my sweetheart. How are you today? Grateful to see you as always. So welcome, everybody. Thank you so much again. I got to say it, Reverend Catherine, Carlsbad, California. We got to tell you that. So to all of our YouTube listeners and everybody everywhere, Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte, the Mind, Body, Spirit Center. And here's what I want to also say. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers of the world. And also, Wednesday happens to be Juneteenth. So, Juneteenth was the thing that marks the end of slavery in the United States. And we celebrate this so called cause of nonstop activity for freedom and equality for everyone. Today, our task is to be the architect of our life. Okay, so we start our Sunday celebrations with an opening affirmative prayer in order to set the tone. So, leading this prayer is Groovy, but actually her name is Jerry Campbell, and she is Groovy G. And Groovy is a rising leader in our community. She's making some amazing transformations from her past to her present, and now she's moving now upward toward her future. So her transformations have been ongoing throughout her involvement here at Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte since our inception. So educate yourself today on how to be the architect of your life. And let's hear if Groovy's prayer indicates whether she knows how to be the architect of her life. And if you want a prayer on how to be the architect of your life, put in a prayer request and go to our website right now, because when you request that prayer, you got Maureen Thurston, aka Mo, who is our spiritual practitioner, who's going to send it back to you. So get that request in so you can read it every day. And here's the thing, you have to choose to put in a prayer request so Mo can send your prayer to your inbox. With that said, Groovy, let her rip.
Good morning, everyone. It's such an honor to be here with everyone because we are all one. We're always with each other, taking care of each other through spirit. We are learning today from spirit through Reverend Rosedale, learning about how to be the architect of our own lives, learning how to feel blessed, learning how to bless others, learning how to love and cherish every day of our lives together and again as one. I call this service, this celebration, open, ready, and available to anyone who wants it. And so it is.
And so it is. She is opening it up to anyone who wants it. You just set the tone. Thank you, Groovy. Now, next on our platform is our reader, my right hand man. Now, Alan is from Charlotte, North Carolina. And in fact, he loves to take part in this community, is my right hand man, and I call him the A team. So he also loves being a beneficial presence here at CSL Charlotte. So let's see if Alan's ready to be the architect of his life. So listen to his reading today, and you'll recognize some ways to be the architect of your life. And Alan's reading, after you finish listening to it, listen to the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow by Patti LaBelle. Okay, now teach yourself how to be the architect of your life. Alan, make it do what it do.
The title of today's reading is 5 Essential Decisions That Will Make You the Architect of Your Own Destiny. An architect doesn't design a house without paying attention to details. When he's building a house, he knows every detail. The details are the foundation on which everything is built. The little things you do, the details of your life, are what allow you to become the architect of your destiny. Designing your life begins with designing your days. If you can't deliberately design one day of your life, how can you expect to become the architect of your destiny? If you spend the whole day reacting instead of responding, making default choices instead of deliberate ones, you've chosen to be a spectator rather than a participant in your own life. Designing your days begins with intention. What time do you tend to wake up? And what time do you intend to go to sleep? What do you intend to eat? How do you intend to spend the first 3 hours of your day? What time are you going to decide that the workday ends? These might seem like basic questions, but if you can't get the details of one day sorted out, it's going to be impossible to plan your life. Or, in the words of Seth Godin, the best way to be where you want to be a year from now or 10 years from now is to do something that you'll be glad you did today. The most important decision you'll make about every experience in your life is the meaning you assign to it. You get to decide if your experiences are a temporary circumstance or a permanent identity. Someone breaks up with you. You could either conclude that you're unlovable or that you two were incompatible. Someone hates your creative work. You can either conclude that you have no talent or that it wasn't for them. You get fired from a job. You can either conclude that you're never going to be successful or that it was the wrong job. In every situation, there's a story that makes you powerless and another that makes you powerful. Seeing your experiences as temporary circumstances makes you the author of the story. Seeing them as a permanent identity makes you a victim to the events of your life. You can approach your life in one of two ways. One, as a series of checkboxes to cross off society's life plan. Two, as a daring adventure in which you are the author of the story and the architect of your destiny. But throughout our lives, we're programmed to choose from the options that are put in front of us. With all the options in front of you, it's pretty easy to be blinded to the possibilities that surround you. The greatest lie that you've ever been told is that you have to choose from the options in front of you. When you choose from the options in front of you, people who aren't going to live with the consequences of your choices become the architect of your destiny. Whether it's your peers, parents, or society, remember that you're the one who wakes up and lives your life and goes to work at your job every morning. And so it is.
We'll start at a centering real quick by relaxing our eyes and looking into our lap or closing them if we choose. Now breathe in really deep and really long and slowly allow yourself to exhale. And just realize that today is just one of those days to take your imagination to see beyond this physical plane how to be the architect of your life. See, somewhere over the rainbow mentions a place that's really far where all of our visions show up. But you know what? If a bird can get up there, so can we, because we just need our imagination. See, when we go to this place beyond the beyond in our imagination, we climb such high heights so well that we're really actually living the spiritual realm the way we should. Because we know that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So that metaphor for over the rainbow is really designed for us to elevate our vision to a magnificent heights. And what the words do for me is they literally heal my soul. So what makes your soul feel healed? Are you ready to be the architect of your life? And as always, you're at choice whether to choose spiritual practices or not. And if so, just get ready to be the architect of your life. So wiggle your fingers and your toes and integrate your mind, your body, and your spirit, and let your eyes float around your space as you now open up for distractions around you. And find something that connects you back to your present moment. And so I would really love, before we get moving on this present moment, is to put in a gratitude moment for you, Reverend Catherine. And I love always having you here when you show up. And thank you, Groovy, for serving us in prayer so powerfully today. And then, Alan, thank you for reading 5 essential decisions to be the architect of your own destiny, because it's exactly what be the architect of your life is. So, with that being said, I can just end this now. So, I'm so excited to say that imagination and metaphors stimulate my mind body spirit connection. What do you think excites you? And what stimulates your mind body and spirit connection? Knowing is what it takes, because when we know what it is that it takes to excite us, then hey, it's so easy to be the architect of our own life. See, metaphors also inspire me to see visions. And I get to see these visions, and they show me in the middle of the night, maybe when I'm first waking up, they show me how to be the architect of my life that day sometimes. See, what it is so many years we have confined ourselves to these offbeat beliefs and limiting ourselves from getting to do things that we really wanted to do. But you see, what happens is those little deceptive beliefs that we have, they are all about generally lack and scarcity. And we see that it's lack and scarcity in the universe. So untrue. Because when people start saying things like, "Well, the stock market is down and this is happening like that," that's these politicians seeing scarcity in the universe, so everybody goes down like a domino. Let's pull away from that, because all those limiting beliefs do is they lead us into away from our intentions, but into disenchantment. So if you are at the fork of a road at the time you hear all this noise going around in the universe about these people, instead of looking at that, right? We would be misled if we followed those deceptive beliefs that other people have and some of the things that we allowed to become our beliefs. So don't let it get misled, because we can change those whispers that we even hear that come to us a lot of times in our minds, because we want to get on that other path. So we got to change that, because this is what I want to know. Since we got to change it, are you ready to get on that path? One of those sides at the fork in the road. Which one are you ready to take to be the architect of your life? You got to find the one that the path is right on target. And so once you do that, I want you to think this week, because sometimes I sing the songs all throughout the week, because that's what really grows me. My life is awesome. But the reason why is because all these things are just pouring into me. So when you happen to hear over the rainbow in your mind this week, focus, because you got to see clearly beyond your present situations and everything that's going on. That's why I got to keep my music. That's why I got to keep my poetry. That's why I have to keep all the things I do every day and every night, saying it over and over as much as I can when I realize it. Because you see, spiritual practices takes our sights to witness greatest transformations that we can possibly have. And you know what? We get to witness them before we even see them in our physical world. That's how powerful it is. But see here, but here, there's a key to all of this. The key is learning our outlook and training it. What's your outlook? Now train it. But you got to become spiritual in every sense. And I'm not always spiritual in every sense, but you know what? I'm pretty much better than I was maybe a year ago, maybe a couple of days ago on a same particular type of subject. Maybe I changed my mind and decided I'm going to love more. I don't care how pissed off I get with so and so. I'm going to love him or her. I don't care. You see, why I'm like this is because I literally believe that we are radiant beings. We are one with spirit. Spirit is only an energy that I can only see with my mind and my feelings. So when you really believe any of that, that's when you transform. That's when you be getting deeper into your best and your greatest. So here's the thing. People think this, but it's not so. Spirit does not guide us. Oh, she did not say that. Our consciousness guides spirit. We create affirmations and prayers and spiritual practices in a mindset of expectation, which guides spirit to manifest based on how we are seeing the world and how we are feeling in it. Don't get it twisted. People think spirit's outside and spirit's telling me what to do. And no, it's not. You're thinking it. Your thinking makes it so. So I'm sure that you heard Alan's reading when he said in every situation there's a true story. There is a story. But see, this is what happens when you create these stories. One story will make you feel powerless and weak and just lost. Then you got another story that you can create to make you feel more powerful. But it's your choice to change the whispers that you hear. See, the most important decision that you're ever going to make about any experience in your life is the meaning that you assign to it. Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, that's what his reading said. It's the meaning that you assign to it. If I see that you laugh out loud, that you're laughing at me, I just assign a stupid meaning to something I have no reason. You get what I'm saying? It's the meaning you design. You know what I mean? You assign to it. See, you decide if something is temporary in your life or if this is your permanent identity. I am a conqueror or I am a loser. It's up to you. And likewise, there are two types of abundance. There's one you don't like, and there's one you love. Now, if your imagination is open, like I always do it that way because I teach people to open your heart. If you're open to lofty and lively expectations, remember I said you open up to those expectations, then you experience some fabulous outcomes. Then you could get the other type of abundance I mentioned, the opposite of lofty and lively expectations. All you got to do is have the opposite and say, I don't think this is going to work, or I'm not good enough, or the credit's not, or I don't have enough money to go to lunch. How do you fix your lips to say that? In Science of Mind, we recognize that a universal presence known as that infinite God or spirit is always welling up. Get with it. Begin to open up to that. Accept that. Because if you don't accept it, you don't believe it. If you don't believe it, you don't be it. See, although God goes by many names, it's our infinite source that lives in each and every one of us. And I have two more important words to bring out here today. That is abundance and plenty. They are those two words, abundance and plenty. They are always something that flow from this source of God that's within us. It's not separate. It is spirit, is another name for it. Remember, I mentioned spirit earlier. Abundance and plenty waits for us to open. It's not something that's going to give to you. You got to open to it. But if you open to that side, remember what Alan said? You got one story that's going to make you powerless. You got another story that's going to make you powerful. So now when you open to either one of them, you get what you get. You just have to be the architect of your own life if you want to experience abundance and plenty. And you know what? Being prosperous is definitely the thing that's going to put you on the path to be the architect of your life. You got to be prosperous. I don't care what you say. Money's not everything. Yes, it is. Money's up there with oxygen. You need it to live. Let's get that right. I have a question for you. Are you doing spiritual practice of circulation with your money yet? You see, if your answer is going to tell you why you are abundant and why you are in lack. For example, let's say you understood this term. If you really understood this, then you would be like, okay, I got to really work this out. Circulation, there's a law of circulation that we have. You got to understand, we violate a lot of spiritual laws, and when you violate the law, you get it. Circulation is the balance between releasing a breath, letting it go, and taking one in. Circulation is the balance between what goes out and what comes in. Circulation is the balance of what you give and what you receive. So when we balance out whatever we need in a proper circulation way, abundance and plenty is ours either way. You give nothing, you get an abundance of nothing. You give, you get an abundance of whatever. You know, like I say, always, money may not be everything to you, but it's a lot to me. But I know I need it to live. So when we hold on to money too tight and we don't give to places where we are spiritually fed, you know what? That's where we experience lack. And you know, lack can be experienced in our lives, in our relationships and family and social life and everything. Lack of friends, lack of socials, everything. The law of circulation says when things flow out, they must come back. Because you know the universe is in a circle. Look at the earth. Look at the waves in the ocean, how they come in circular waves. If you saw the underneath what's going on, the current, you would see the figure 8. You would see the circle. Oh my God, I see that so clear. It has to complete. And you stopping it by not doing your spiritual practice. So given to where I'm spiritually fed for over the years has been a powerful spiritual practice for me. Because see, it's the law of circulation. I understood that so long ago. And I started to recognize it. Because I recall years ago when I started out really understanding what tithing really truly meant. I used to give like $15 to $20 occasionally, but it still was good. It doesn't matter. If you don't have $100, don't do it. But if you got 20 and you know you give to where you're being fed, because as time goes on, you'll begin to see that awesome life of yours begin to prosper, and you're going to see significance, because that is what happened to me. Now I tithe 10% of what I manifest, because now so many people are extra clients now. So many things. I now stepped into the field of personal trainer along with spirituality. You know, this spirituality, mind, body, spirit, has brought so much into my life. Being the founder of CSL Charlotte, how I have to practice every single week and tell people things, what I've learned, it does something to me too. So I gotta tie to my CSL Charlotte because it's keeping us going. Well, it's keeping me going. It's keeping me alive mentally, physically, and spiritually. Mind, body, spirit. I prosper in so many ways in my life right now because I serve so many people and in my time, and I also donate back into my spiritual community, CSL Charlotte. It's just part of my spiritual practice. You see, I experience opportunities in so many forms of abundance these days, and I'm starting to understand. My health, my body, my peaceful mind, and all the things have shown me how I'm prosperous. Are you looking to see where you're prosperous? You know, it's ensuring me my prosperous attitude, my holy audacity is ensuring me that everything I need is available to me. That's because the choice that I made to be the architect of my life has never failed me. I'm not afraid to speak up, and I'm not afraid to be who I am. Now, I may not always get back from what I donate to people or what I give or lend, because sometimes I see people in the street. If spirit makes me feel, give that person $3, give it to them. It's not because I'm looking for a pat on the back. I just know it doesn't have to come back from him, so don't be so stingy on that. But you know what? It does come back to me. Check it out now. I have families in this community that I live in that I also give them my services. I'm training them, their kids, and all this stuff like that. But you know what? They don't just give me money for my services. You know what they're doing now? My pantry is full because I have people who are in businesses where they sell food. And so I get so many people donating certain foods to me, bread, meats, because this is a pretty rural town where there's a lot of farms out here, you see. So I'm getting meat, I'm getting bread, I'm getting produce, beautiful, delicious salads. And see, I meet people in those positions because I have my spiritual practice. And so guess what that's doing? When I look at my pantry, I said to myself one day, just the other day, because I brought home another load. I have not been in the grocery store in a long time. They're saving me so much money. And I said, well, who'd have thunk it? They're saving me money and that's making me prosperous. So there's some more I can put into the position when I want to do things for CSL Charlotte or whatever I want to do. It puts me in a position. Be the architect of your life. The bottom line is I chose spiritual practice because I can get to conquer all my limiting beliefs, those little whispers. When I get those whispers, I know that it's time for me to wake up and I can change them. And see, when they come up for me, which they do, don't you forget that. Don't you think for 1 minute, because I am always happy about my life, that things don't try to throw boomerangs. It's just that I chose spiritual practice to conquer all of this. And guess what? I'm a conqueror now. So now I have a new affirmation. We all have the power to conquer our limiting beliefs, those whispers. I call them the careless whispers. But you know what happens? Those beliefs can stop our progress if you're not willing to choose spiritual practices all the way down from your health to your finances. Gotta have a spiritual practice. All these people that donate to CSL Charlotte, I know it's their spiritual practice. I have that affirmation saying, I am a conqueror. I don't accept defeat. The conqueror that I know, but you know why I like the conqueror? Is because it accepts nothing less than that divine expression of me. I accept nothing less than that divine expression. So much so that, yes, you coming to me with that crazy thought, I done knocked you out. That's who I am now. I'm a conqueror. I am a conqueror. Remember, what you put behind that am, be it. So I feel I am a conqueror. And then there's this awesome, beautiful song, I don't accept defeat. I'd rather stand tall than live on my knees. Listen to this particular song. The lyrics is going to get you to listen to your own life. Listen to the next song, Conqueror. My God, yes, I am. Oh my God, I am that. I'm all of that. You know, when they sing those words, I'd rather stand tall than live on my knees. I just think about me 30 years ago and years beyond that when I didn't know that I was on my knees. But now I know I am a conqueror. What about you? You know, oh my God, did you hear the words? One thing of, no. What he said, try telling me no. And one thing about me is I'm a conqueror and I don't accept defeat. Just remember that, guys. Oh my God, that just gets me. Whoa. Thank you so much, Timmy P. You know, it's evident that many of all of you on this platform are in sync with me, because I was thinking those same, I thought the number 8, Timmy P, when I was making that movement for infinity, You used the number 8, and I was thinking it in my talk. That is powerful. I love the way you get me. When I say certain things, I just think it's a powerful thing because that is what I was thinking when I was talking, and you said it right out. So thank you, Timmy P, for those announcements too, and how you keep us so well informed. So now is the time that we talk about birthdays, and you know that I don't know your birthdays, all of you out in YouTube in this particular instance. So jot down your month and your day onto our comments. And thank you all for leaving your comments and also subscribing to our channel. Thank you in advance, too, for those of you who are on it now as you watch us right now in this moment. It's never there, it's present moment everywhere. So right now, if you're watching us on YouTube, it's your present moment. So have a great day, you guys on YouTube. And I want to give big shout outs now to our platform team because we are together. We are a one, oh man, we are a one person together. Yes, we are. We are collectively. So opening and closing prayer today was our awesome, beautiful is and us and everything was our awesome and beautiful rising star, Ruby G. And thank you so much, Cleanup Woman. You also keep stuff going on in the background, nice and smooth and all of that. And I just listen to you every day as you tell me where you're going on your upward spiral. It's so good. Yeah, I'm telling you to hear this stuff. So yeah, I'm loving the guys that are telling me how great their life is moving along. It's awesome. Yeah, you too, Shauna B. So anyway, thank you also again, Big A, Alan, for your reading, for reading that message that so easily congruitized itself with the talk. Be the architect of your life. So now, also, I want to say thank you to Melissa. She is our spotlight and greeter. And also, we had my beautiful, awesome friend and MC, Reverend Catherine. And I also want to remember also Horace, who may not be on the platform today, but oh my goodness, he has all these things lined up in a row for us to do. And then we have Maureen, aka Mo. She's the one who's chomping at the bits, waiting for emails to come in. So you better come in and put in that email request for your email to come into your box for the prayer, right? But not only that, thank you, Mo, for also stepping up to take care of all of our addresses and phone numbers and all of that and keeping us tidy. Good. And I think I got everyone in here today, and I'm so grateful for my whole team because this is not a one-man thing. It's no way I could have done this by myself. So today was all about how to be the architect of your life. Remember that during this week when you decide to be the architect in your life one day and you hear all those whispers that, oh my God, those are careless whispers, and that's not a good friend. So don't let them align with you with the what's that word I'm looking for? I can't even say the word. Poverty of the universe. Don't let that line you up with that. Let it align you with the prosperity of the universe. So be the be the architect of your life, and you will see how powerful you really are. You will begin to see how powerful you are because when you have a continuous spiritual practice and you're thinking great and you're thinking powerfully and you're working out and your life is working powerfully, watch this song before we close out. As you listen closely to the song Powerful, you're going to hear about the strength in you and me. And then before Groovy plays us out, I want you to give us a moment to look at this beautiful, powerful song called Powerful. Yes,
Yes.
Lord, have mercy. Yes, indeed. We're powerful. I'm going to stop right there. So, anyway, guys, I matter, you matter, and shades of our skin does not define any human. Don't ever forget it because we're all good in our own sight. We got to be good in our sight. So, as we wrap up our time together, oh, wait a minute. Oh, gosh, you know how I get. I so love my spirit. My spirit is all over the place right about now. Thank you, spirit. But I know that it's time for Groovy to come up front here and pray us right on out.
I am so excited about the celebration we have had today. It was powerful. Also, knowing that all of us are powerful in using consciousness to guide spirit of what we want, what we want to do, how we want to be one with this world. Much love to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. And so it is.
And so it is. You know what? Plain and simple. It was a powerful service. It was a powerful person that brought us in and bringing us out. And it was just powerful all the way around. And thank you, Melissa, for commenting on those songs. So, as we wrap up our time together, remember you can stand tall and be powerful, but don't live on your knees because you only have to be the architect of your life. So remember, you need a good spiritual practice to be the architect in your life. So remember, the universe is constantly supporting you on your journey. And happy Father's Day to all the dads in the world. And also happy Juneteenth. And until we meet again, stay focused and be the architect of your life from this day forward. Don't forget it. And so it is.